officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and will result in immediate removal from the competition site. The use or consumption of alcohol and tobacco products is strictly prohibited throughout the OPSU campus. The NAIA and Aggie Athletics thank you for your cooperation and attendance.
At this time, we draw your attention to the center of the field, where we have our faculty staff appreciation game. Our honorary coach for the men's game today is Amber Glass. Amber is the Registrar and International Student Coordinator and a big help to the men's soccer program and all of our campus. Congratulations, Amber Glass. Good afternoon and welcome back to
PTCI and OPSU Athletics welcomes you to our coverage of Panhandle State Athletics today. We are at no man's land, Carl Wooten Field, Anchor D Stadium on the campus of Oklahoma Panhandle State University in Goodwell, Oklahoma, for some Sooner Athletic Conference soccer action. Now the men's game coming up. Both teams back out on the field for the introduction of the starters. The Southwest Assemblies of God Lions come in. They are 1-13-1, 0-6-1 in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Here is their starting lineup. Number 1, Julio Guevara. Number 3, Michael Alberto. Number 4, Felipe Torres. Number 5, Martin Mapa. Number 6, Jadel Hill. Number 7, Isa Buhira. Number 10, Masvida Chidara. Number 13, Carlos Rene Martinez. Number 15, Landon Beach. Number 16, Cedric Wilson. And number 21, Carlos Elam Gonzalez. And now the starters for your Oklahoma Panhandle State University Aggies. They come in with a 7-5-2 overall record, 3-4-1 in the Sooner Athletic Conference. In goal from Panama City, Panama, number 0, Winston Sappenfield. From Mustang, Oklahoma, a freshman defenseman, number 2, Alexander Murillo. A junior midfielder from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 3, Victor Bernal. A freshman defenseman from Spilimberto, Italy, number 4, Matty Vecchi. A freshman defenseman from Scotland, number 5, Nick Terry. A junior midfielder from Cape Town, South Africa, number 10, Chelson Carolison. A sophomore midfielder from Girardot, Colombia, number 15, Nicolas Nieto. A sophomore midfielder from Heredia, Costa Rica, number 17, Alan Gamboa. A junior midfielder from Barranquilla, Colombia, number 18, Andres Munoz. A freshman midfielder from Cali, Colombia, number 23, Francisco Ramirez. And a sophomore midfielder from London, England, number 27, Luke Watson Reed. Aggies huddling up one more time on the field. This their inaugural season, quite successful. trying to even up their record here in the Sooner Athletic Conference. They have already qualified for the postseason conference tournament, which was one of their big goals in the inaugural season, and able to accomplish that, and have already obviously earned a winning overall record and also 7 assists. High centering kick. That one headed out and cleared out of the box. And that's going to be a foul, so it'll be a free kick for the Lions. No, they'll say play on. Ball goes out the end line. And that will be another corner kick. Looked like the referee had blown that play dead for a foul, but no foul on it. So Carrollton will take his second corner kick early in this one. Lower centering kick, got a head on it, but couldn't get it to get low enough. That was Terry who had married his way all the way up to try to get a head on it. The 6'3" player from Scotland, defenseman. SAGU with it on the far sideline, right near midfield. And Terry sends it back the other way and out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Lions. That one sent in. Carlson gets a foot on it. Sends it up high. Gamboa tried to get a head on it, couldn't. SAGU defense gets back possession. Tie up there, ball loose on the ground, and a foul is called. And they'll call that on the Aggies. So free kick for Southwest Assemblies of God. That one knocked away. That was Ramirez who was able to get a foot on it. It will be a goal kick for the Lions. All volleyed back and forth across the midfield stripe. Out of bounds, it'll be a throw in for the Aggies. Gamboa hit in the back and then also hit in the head, it looked like, by another player. It'll be a free kick for the Aggies from about 30 yards out. And with the wind at their back, this is very much a scoring opportunity. Just barely over 5 minutes into this contest. Aggies really their third scoring opportunity here. That one headed out. And another one sent back in well wide and high by Bernal. Goal kick sends it near midfield. Munoz gets a head on it. It'll be a throw in for SAGU. Bernal gets a head on it. Pass across the field. Ramirez gets a foot on it. Can't control it, though. Lions come away with it, but they can't control it either. Throw in for the Aggies. Gamboa lowers that one down. No call on the foul there. They'll call one there on Munoz. Quickly restarted. And ball kicked long ahead and out of bounds. Ball near the outer edge of the box. Ramirez with it. Over to Gamboa. Knocked away from him. That one deflected off as Nieto tried to get a shot off. That shot sent into the goalie. Easily grabbed. Really no shot on goal for either team. Aggies have had 3 good opportunities and none yet for Southwest Assemblies. Munoz gets a foot on that one, sends it high as the goalie came out aggressively, but it went just a little high and long. I'd say on this day, if you didn't have 20-plus mile-an-hour winds, that one might have dropped right into the goal. But instead, it will be a goal kick for the Lions. It's Winston Sappenfield, the goalie for the Aggies. He's just been hanging out back there. Hadn't had to have a hand or foot on the ball yet. Aggies now on the attack. Ramirez with it. Now over to Watson Reed. Bernal sends it in. Off the defender, throw in for the Aggies. He sends it into Munoz. Ball taken away, centered up. Southwest Assemblies of God with it now as they cross midfield. Taps it up on the far sideline, still on the attack. They'll center it up. Ball loose out front and then cleared out by the Aggie back line. As that was Bernal who got a good foot on it. Aggies back with possession. Munoz trying to get it to Gamboa. Gamboa on the attack. Into the box. Shot to the far post. Just tipped away. And they do save it from going out the inline, or that would have been a corner kick attempt. But beautiful shot by Gamboa. But the goalie for the Lions able to tap that one away, as that was number 1, Julio Guevara on that save. He's out of Houston, Texas. It's a sophomore. That one's sent ahead. They'll tap it over to Sappenfield, who kicks it clear of the defensive end back out to midfield. They'll center it from the outside of the box. That one's sent out the back line. It'll be a corner kick for the Lions. We are just over 10 minutes into this contest. Still no score. Really SAGU's first scoring opportunity. Centering kick. Clears completely out. That one sent in high. Sappenfield able to tap it out. It'll be a throw in for SAGU from about 40 yards out. Gamboa had it momentarily, but SAGU gets it back. They'll send it back to their goalie. Oh, goalie slipped as Gamboa was there, and he could have tapped that one in if the goalie doesn't. After he slipped down on the ground. And that was an illegal touching on that. So Aggies will have a shot. It's inside of the penalty box. Here, boy, to Carrollson. Tried to sneak it through. And it was a goal. They did score on that. That was Carrollson with his 11th goal of the season. Snuck just across the line before it was cleared out. So the Aggies, with 31:54 to play here in the first half, take a 1-0 lead. SAGU with it after the restart. Aggies able to win it back. Munoz leaves it off. Big kick ahead by Watson Reed. Gamboa giving chase, ball loose out in front, and it will go out the back line. So goal kick for the Lions. All high, and it'll bound up into the stands. It'll be a throw in for the Aggies. Bernal there for the throw in. Gets it into Munoz. Munoz has it taken away. Now Lions with it. Into the midfield circle, now back to their back line. Tries to send it through, but the defense there to clear it out. As Matty Vecchi clears it from any danger. All brought back into the middle of the field, now to the near sideline. That one partially blocked by Bernal. Munoz back up to Carrollson. Sends it on ahead. Gets it up to Gamboa. He'll leave it behind for Ramirez. That one goes high up in the air. Wind catches it, so it doesn't go very far. Handball there. And the Aggies are going to have a free kick from just over 30 yards out. So Ramirez and Carrollson both close to the ball on the free kick. From 33 yards out. Good scoring opportunity. Ramirez with the fake, Carrollson with the shot, and it's off the post. Actually off the goal post for football. So ball will go back over to the Lions. .28 minutes left to play here in the first half. 1-0. Aggies with the lead off of that Carrollson shot from inside the box. Carrollson has it back up to Gamboa, and he's going to be called for the offsides. On the far sideline across midfield. Aggie defense with a stop. Watson Reed with it. Up ahead to Ramirez. They've got good numbers on the attack here. To the outer box across to Munoz. Taps it back across. Couldn't quite get the angle on it. And that's going to be a foul on the Aggies, as Ramirez is going to be called for that one. Injured Aggie on the field. Back on his feet, no worse for the wear. Header sent back in by Nieto. Kicked ahead by Gamboa. SAGU with possession though now.
Oh, that's the bus. I was like, where are the construction sounds coming from? It's that bus back in.
SAGU with it. Watson Reed, good defense there. Forcing him to go backwards with it. Nieto steps in front. Ball goes out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for the Lions near midfield. Nieto gets a foot on it. As the Aggies win it back. Back line with it. Sends it up ahead to midfield. That kick intercepted. Now sent back into the offensive end. And volleyed high across. Nieto tried to get ahead on it. SAGU comes away with possession though. Gamboa steps in front of that. Aggies on the attack now. Sends it on the backside to Munoz. Can't quite get to it. Missed it by maybe an inch there. He was going to be able to send that one to the far side post. And there wasn't going to be anybody to defend that shot. Just under 25 minutes left to play here in the first half. 1-0, Aggies lead. On a shot inside the box from Carrollson with 31:54 to play here in the first half. There's the goal kick up past midfield. Bernal brings it down. It'll go out of bounds. He'll throw it in. To the back line. Cleared out there by Nick Munoz with it now. Taps it over to Carolison. Carolison tries to draw the foul there, but barely there wasn't one. And ball back to the Aggies. There's the throw, and Carolison kicks it up the head to Watson Reed. And Watson Reed will check that one back to the back line. Now back to Watson Reed at midfield. Kicks it through. Nobody there offensively, though, for the Aggies. Now, that one off of Gamboa. Carolison tries to send it in, but soft shot, couldn't get it through to Munoz. Now Carolison with it again. Up to Gamboa. He's got it in the middle. Shakes off the defender. There's a shot to the far post. Oh! And almost on the pass. Just couldn't quite get that one on his foot. As that was Dre Ritchie, number 19. Just couldn't quite get a foot on it. The ball near midfield. Foul called, free kick for the Aggies. And ball taken away. Lions with possession now. Defense will chase it back to midfield, though. That pass too wide, out of bounds. Throw in for the Aggies. Bernal quickly on it. Gets it into Munoz. Lost possession of it. And a foul called there. Oh, a foul on the play. Referee will have a little conversation here between players from both sides. It's gotten chippy here in the last few minutes as they stop the clock with 20 minutes left to play here in the first half. Referee checking with the side judge on this. And he's going to pull out the card, a yellow card to Carolison. Carolison's got, that'll be his third on the season. He's also got one red card as well. So free kick for the Lions. And with this being the last regular season game, knowing that you're already in the conference tournament, postseason tournament, You definitely wouldn't want to get a second one today and have to miss that game, especially your team's top scorer. And a foul called. So free kick for the Aggies. Both teams getting a little physical now. Terry with the clearing kick into the box. Gamboa trying to chase it down before it gets out the back line. Can't quite get there. Gives a bump to Berhiwa. No foul or anything, just a goal kick for the Lions. Renal with a foot on it, or a head on it. Watson Reed tried to get it as well. SAGU keeps possession there in the midfield. Carolison with a foot on it, sends it up. Ritchie now on the attack. Can't save it from going out the inline end. It will say it last touched by SAGU, so it will be a corner kick opportunity for the Aggies. We'll mention number 9, the freshman forward, Manuel De Piola, is into the ball game. That centering kick punched away by the goalie and out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Aggies. Pierre Ola from West Orange, New Jersey. I've got to imagine that's a bit of a culture shock from West Orange, New Jersey to Goodwell, Oklahoma. That shot just wide by the Aggies. Munoz took that one. So still 1-0 in favor of the Aggies. 17 minutes left to play here in the first half. Nieto with the header. Ritchie gets it back, takes the shot, and that one wide of the goal. Ball was touched, though, so it will be another corner kick opportunity for the Aggies. Carolison will make his way over there to take it. There's a little bit of a disagreement on whose ball it is. And he'll take the side judge's advice as it goes back over to the Aggies for the goal kick. Watson Reed with a foot on it. Aggies now with it again. Nieto gets it back to Carolison. Tries to send it through. Ritchie trying to chase it down. And a good slide tackle sends that one away. Clearly got the ball first. And that was Rene Martinez on that slide tackle for the Lions. Ball out of bounds, back over to the Aggies. Couple of subs come in for the Aggies. Ball back out of bounds. Looks like one of the new players in for the Aggies, number 11, Francisco Garcia. A freshman forward from Guyman, Oklahoma, just 10 miles down the road. Vecchi sends that one back into the offensive end. Terry taps that one away. Over to Bernal. Carolison gets a foot on it over to Watson Reed. Nieto kicks it back to the back line. Vecchi with the big foot on it, sends it back to the other end. Munoz trying to chase it down. That one out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Aggies. And that will go out the back line, back over to the Lions.
Cannot find where the other guy that came in. Only way you can see him is the back of the his ruffles, if possible. That is like the thing how you know it's a fashionable soccer jersey if you can't read the numbers.
Kick out of bounds, throw in for the Aggies. Nieto with it. Watson Reed sends it to the back line to Vecchi. Vecchi boots it up ahead. SAGU steps in front of that pass and intercepts it. That one well wide and high of the goal. Goal kick for the Aggies. So Sappenfield sends it out to midfield. That's going to be a foul. Landon Beach went into the back of Aggie midfielder. Carolison now with control of it. Sends a shot to the far post, and that one just barely wide of it. I don't think the goalie was expecting that one, as that was quite a shot from quite the distance as well. And just wide, maybe a foot. Basically the width of the post is all he missed it by. Nieto going to be called for the foul there. Free kick for SAGU. On the far sideline, ball out the end line. Goal kick for the Aggies. Sappenfield sends it out past midfield. Lions still with it. They'll send it back out to about 30 yards out. And tries to send it in. Aggie defense there with the stop, though. And it'll be another goal kick for the Aggies. 6.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Aggies up 1-0. That one brought back into the middle of the field. There's Torres with it. Now back outside. Garcia sends that one out of bounds, so a throw in for SAGU. Carolison couldn't control that one. Back line will send it back, though, near midfield. Foul is called. It will be the Aggies' ball. From 75 out, Ritchie trying to chase it down into the box. Able to control it. It will be a throw-in for SAGU. Bernal going to be called for the foul. Under 5 to play here in the first half. Nieto with the header. Nieto gets a foot on it there. Watson Reed sends it up ahead. Munoz with it now. Tried to get it to Garcia. Nieto back to the back line now. They'll send it in. Munoz giving chase. Can't control it. And it goes out the back line. It will be a goal kick. Just over 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. And whistle everything ready to play. Header by Bernal, gives it back to Carlson. Tried to get it to Ritchie, just a little bit out in front of him. SAGU able to take back possession. Ball now in the midfield circle. SAGU on the attack now. Tries to send it in off of Vecchi, though. And that's going to be a foul there on Watson Reed. He kind of ran up the back leg. Of Chidarara. So free kick coming up from about 36 yards out. Might be Lions' best scoring opportunity of the first half. There's a shot right into the hands of Sappenfield. That one didn't stay as high as he wanted it to. And Sappenfield was right there to make the easy play. His first save of the day. Terry kicks it back upfield. Carolson back foot on it. SAGU takes back control, though. 2 minutes left to play here in the half. Gets back behind the back line. They'll send it back to Sappenfield, who kicks it back towards midfield. Now Carolson sends it to the near sideline. Ritchie will chase it down. Back to Bernal. Bernal with it again. Up to Ritchie. Ritchie heads it up forward. Carolison trying to make a play. Can't quite get there. Looking for the call. No call there, and really shouldn't have been. Now on the far sideline. SAGU back the other way up to midfield. Aggies now with it again as Nieto won it back. Watson Reed with it. Kicks it ahead. Now SAGU with it. Under a minute and a half left. Terry sends it ahead to Garcia. Garcia has it taken away. And a foul call, though. Aggies will have free kick just past midfield. Clock is now under a minute to play here in the first half. So from 60 yards out, 45 seconds now on the clock. Vecchi sends it in. Watson Reed tried to hit it towards the goal but couldn't get enough English on it. Under 30 seconds to play. Goal kick for SAGU. And goalie will take his time getting that one as it blows past him from the wind. And he may not even get it set down in time for a kick here before halftime, as we are now under 10 seconds. And so it looks like we're headed to the half. Panhandle State, oh, steal there. And Ritchie almost had an opportunity with 1 second left in the half. But that opportunity thwarted, so we head to the half. Oklahoma Panhandle State leads Southwest Assemblies of God 1-0. We'll be back with the second half.
Over 75 years ago, our town was electrified for the first time. The co-op was started by local people coming together as a community.
Today, we're still working side by side with our co-op to make decisions locally that best serve our area.
And that will benefit not only this generation, but future generations, making sure we'll all have the power we need to grow and flourish right here in our hometown.
Growing up, I've seen my dad and my uncle work with the benefit trade and then kind of going on with them and treating my customers out and stuff. All our decisions are made right here, our boardroom. We know what customers, we know the business, we know the financing.
We just have a great atmosphere here. All of us get along. We try to do the best at everything we do.
Anchor D Bank. We are here to stay.
Bank of the Panhandle is a longtime proud supporter of all Oklahoma Panhandle State University athletics. We are proud of your accomplishments, wish you great success throughout the year and for the years to follow. 50% of our current employees at Bank of the Panhandle are OPSU alumni. We are Panhandle!
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
Talk to State Farm agent.
Bacon.
Both teams getting situated as we get ready to start the second half. 45 on the clock. And that's what they were waiting for, the ball. That's pretty fundamental to the game of soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. SAGU will have the restart kick. Aggies leading 1-0. off of a Carolison goal. Ball up near midfield, gets it past Bernard. Nieto gets a foot on it. Bernal with it now. Can't save it from going out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for SAGU. Of course, Aggies did have the wind at their back in the first half, so now that belongs to the Lions. Tips it away. Watson Reed back to the back line. That one, dangerous kick there as Vecchi clears it out back to midfield. Ritchie can't save that one before it goes back out of bounds. Throw in. Alberto. Header by Nieto. Carolison sends it ahead. Gambio trying to chase it down. Goalie able to send it back past midfield, though, for the Lions. Terry chases it down, sends it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Lions. Nieto gets a foot on it to send it back into midfield. The wind has picked up a few more miles per hour here in the men's game than it was earlier in the women's. It'll be a throw in right from midfield for the Lions. That one sent high and well wide of the goal. It will be a goal kick for the Aggies. Sappenfield with the big boot. And with the grab, we'll thwart that threat. Now back on the attack, just outside the box. There's a shot to the near post. Sappenfield with his second save of the game. Sappenfield from Panama City, Panama, but actually ended up here at Oklahoma Panhandle State with local ties. Jaden Whitfield, who had played on the basketball team here the last 3 years, his mother's maiden name is Sappenfield, so that's kind of a long journey from Panama City to get here, but one of the few players that is from some of the foreign countries that does have a local tie. Ball into the center of the field. Now back to the near sideline. Up the sideline, that one will roll out of bounds. And it will be Aggie ball. They'll throw it in pretty deep in their own territory. Cleared up into the stands by Terry. Nice tap from Gamboa over to Carolison. Injured Lion on the play as he and Carolison collided. Carolison helps him to his feet, but it doesn't look like he's quite ready to get there. That is Martin Mappa. A junior defenseman from Ireland. So free kick from about 70 yards out. We've taken 5 minutes off the clock here in the second half. Vecchi clears it out. Ritchie trying to get possession of it. Throw in for the Aggies there at midfield. Gamboa with a foot on it. He pulled by the defender. I'm not sure what he's arguing about on the foul call. It's pretty obvious that he grabbed a hold of Gamboa. That one sent across. Defender steps in. Now Bernard with it. Takes a shot well wide of the goal. That one bent away from the goal by the strong winds. That one sent out to midfield. Nieto with a header again. Now a foul call just past midfield. Free kick for the Lions. That one kicked up ahead. He'll send it in to Gamboa. And ball out the back line. It's going to be a corner kick for the Aggies. A scoring opportunity here. Just under 38 minutes still to play. Aggies leading by 1. Centering kick. That one headed out. And it'll go all the way out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Aggies. Quickly thrown in. Munoz puts a foot on it. Then it's cleared out by the SAGU defense. And that's a foul on the Aggies. So throw in for the Lions, or actually a free kick just inside, just in bounds there. Watson Reed with it now, back outside Bernard, kicks it up ahead. Now back to the Lions back line. Now here on the near sideline. Hard tackle there by Watson Reed, gets away with it though. Aggies take back possession now. Rio had it, now up to Nieto. Puts it back in the middle of the field to Watson Reed, sends it up high, over to Bernard. Or Bernal, I should say. That's going to be a foul there as Ritchie beat number 3, Michael Alberto, for the Lions to it, so it'll be a free kick for the Aggies. Gamboa will take it. There's the centering kick. That one loose out in front, and a shot from Carlson well wide of the goal. Couldn't bring that one under control, so goal kick for the Lions. All the way back through to Sappenfield. Vecchi outside to Murillo. Up ahead, Ritchie trying to get to it as well as Gamboa. That one kicked out of bounds into the stands. Aggies with the throw in. Murillo grabs it on the sideline into Gamboa. Leaves it for Watson Reed. That pass intercepted as he tried to get it to Murillo. Vecchi with the stop, but he's going to be called for the foul. That shot blocked there by Vecchi. Looked like he took that one right to the noggin. It'll be a throw in there. All in the corner, punched out again. It'll be another throw in. Lying down on the ground, able to get up though. Ball into the box. Sappenfield grabs the loose ball. Long kick up to midfield. Gamboa gets a foot on it, but he won't save it before it goes out of bounds. Gamboa with it now. Watson Reed sends it up. Ritchie gets it back for the Aggies. Murillo to Nieto. And Gambio with it. Hit from behind. That's going to be a foul. Nieto with the big boot. Ramirez trying to control it down there. SAGU defense able to take it away as they spar over it. Ball sent back to midfield. Now up ahead, Nieto able to block that one. They'll clear it outside. Bernal saves it from going out of bounds. Now they'll say it did go out of bounds. SAGU on the quick throw in. Bernal gets it back, and he'll send it back to midfield. All centered up right in front of the box, and then sent wide. Still with possession. And that is going to be a card as Munoz knocked him down and then kicked the ball right back at the player that he had knocked down. So a yellow card there is just letting his frustration get the best of him. He'll have to make sure that he plays guard free the rest of the way. Like you said, we don't want anybody to miss the playoff game. So free kick from out wide. This is a scoring opportunity with the wind at their back. That one blocked and out of bounds off of Ritchie. There's a throw in. Ritchie off of the SAGU player and out of bounds. Ball back over to the Aggies. By the way, that was the 4th yellow card of the season by Munoz. No red cards, though. There's tangled up again. They're going to call that one on Felipe Torres. Ball back over to Panhandle State. Rio sends it across the midfield stripe. Ritchie trying to chase it down, able to get a foot on it. Sends it across. Defense able to clear it out, though. Ritchie chases it down. Taps it over to Carlison. He has it knocked away, but Ritchie now with it. Sends it back in the middle. Watson Reed for a moment. He's going to be called for the foul. And we're going to see the yellow card come out again. That's going to be on Watson Reed. Under 30 minutes to play. Aggies still leading 1-0. Aggie defense gets it back. Bernal up ahead. Hit from behind. That's going to be a foul. Aggies with the free kick from about 70 yards out. They'll send it in. That one headed forward by Ritchie. Yamboa got a foot on it, still has it. Shot to the far post, and it's just wide. Couldn't quite get it to bend enough. .28.5 still to play here. Ritchie trying to chase that one down. SAGU able to get there first, though. Ball will go out of bounds. SAGU ball slips through. Murillo. There will be a reset of the free kick for the Lions. Aggies win it away. Carlison with it. Sends it up ahead to Munoz, but SAGU there to take it away. Another collision near midfield. And that's going to be another yellow card against the Aggies as they are letting their emotions get the best of them here. That's on Carlison, and that will be his second. That should be the second red card on Carlison. He should be out of the game, but no decision has been made that way. He's still in there. Aggies playing with a little too much emotion in this game. Too many yellow cards here. It's far more important that they stay where they are not suspended because of a red card or equal to a red card with the playoff game coming up in the conference tournament than it is for whatever retaliation they're doing. That ball slips through Sappenfield, and the back of his foot barely kept it out. And you know he is breathing a sigh of relief there, as he literally kept that thing just barely from crossing over, went right through his hands, and his foot deflected it just enough to keep it out, and then was able to get onto it. Back line of the Aggies control it as Terry sends it back across, headed forward. Gamboa puts a foot on it. Ritchie out in front. That's going to be an offsides call. Goldie with a great stop, but Ritchie clearly offsides on that one. Throw in near midfield for the Lions. Free kick from midfield for the Aggies. Bernal sends it all the way out the back line. It'll be a goal kick for the Lions. Under 25 minutes to play. Aggies still leading 1-0. Terry gets a foot on it, sends it back across midfield. That pass intercepted there by Ritchie. Sends it up ahead, but too far out in front for Gamboa to chase it down. Along the near sideline. Now back into the middle of the field. Munoz knocks it away. Watson Reed a foot on it over to Bernal. Now ball high up in the air. Both teams trying to control it. Nieto comes away with it for the Aggies. Bernal sends it ahead to Carolison. Now Munoz, and a collision up top, no call. Ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Aggies. Gamboa with it. Watson Reed taking down. That's going to be a foul and a free kick for the Aggies. From 25 yards out, Watson Reed still on the ground after that contact. There's a shot into the box. And SAGU able to clear it out of there before any damage could be done. And another foul called. Aggies may have another free kick here. And they're going to from 30 yards out, a little more in the middle of the field. Carolison with the shot. Oh, and just inside the post, but blocked by the goalie for the save. Second shot, able to block that one as well. Just a beautiful shot there by Carolison. Trying to sneak it in the inside post. He will take the corner kick now. There's the centering kick. That one headed out by the SAGU defense. All back and forth between both teams. Bernal got in there, saved from going out of bounds, but then kicked out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for the Aggies. Aggies head coach is Brandon Misuraka, obviously in his first season with the Aggies, since this is their first season. His assistants, Martin McMurphy, who is the head coach at Guyman High School, Rudy Rodiger, and also John Avalos, who is a student assistant. Watson Reed gets a hit on that kick, free kick. Garcia trying to get in there. That's going to be a foul called on Garcia, and that was obviously a terrible call. That was clearly Garcia was the one fouled and held there. That was a handball too, missed. No, they got it. Looked like they got it a little late there, but did make the call. $16.5 still to play. Aggies trying to even up their Sooner Athletic Conference. And I wish I could tell you for sure, but I've got two records trying to either improve their record to 8-5-2 or 9-5-1. As we have two sets of records up here in the booth, so. Ritchie defends, ball goes out of bounds, throw in for the Aggies. Garcia will check out of the game. And ball off of Carlison's chest and out of bounds because he was bumped pretty good from behind. Aggies get it back. Nieto, his kick blocked. Ritchie with a foot on it. Now Carlison. Now SAGU with it. And Murillo steps in front. Gamboa fouled on the play, so free kick for the Aggies. Nieto trying to get that one. SAGU now on the attack. Sends it through, and that one cleared out nicely by Vecchi.
You know, ironically, the two guys, we joke about not being able to tell them apart, the two guys I have the most trouble telling them apart, Vecchi and that other white guy, Terry, 4 and 5, the two defensemen back there. I have the most trouble telling them apart.
Bernal will take the free kick. 13 and a half left to play. Nieto taps it back to Bernal, sends it across midfield. Now off the foot of Nieto, who sends it back into the offensive end. Carolison trying to chase that one down. And ball kicked out the end line. That's going to be a corner kick for the Aggies. So scoring opportunity here. The Aggies have led most of the way, but boy, you know they'd love to add another one on here. And inch that lead up to 2-0. There's the centering kick, and it clears through without anybody able to touch it. SAGU back with it on the other side. That one off of Murillo and out of bounds, or actually Gamboa. Sub in for the Lions. There's the throw in. Nieto gets a foot on it, gets it out to Ritchie. Ritchie tries to get it. Carolison got a foot on it. He's got a chance here. Shot to the post and just wide. Taken down inside the box. And Carolison still on the ground. And we've got a timeout on the field with 11:36 to play. Panhandle State leads Southwest Assemblies of God 1-0. So Carolison able to get off the field on his own power, under his own power. Goal kick, ball past midfield. Nieto gets a big foot on it and sends it back into the offensive end for the Aggies. That one off of Ritchie. SAGU comes away with it though. Back into the midfield. Now it's centered, sends it up ahead into the box, and that one blocked. Terry was able to get a foot on it. It will be a corner kick for the Lions. Still trying to tie this one up. Just under 11 minutes to play. Low line drive. Header clears it out by Watson Reed. Ritchie able to win that one away. Rio sends it up to Ramirez. Now SAGU with the ball at midfield. Gamboa trying to take it away, as well as Bernal. Ball back out to midfield. They'll send it across to the near side. Under 10 to play. Throw in for the Lions. Murillo gets it. SAGU wins it back though. And a foul will give the ball over to the Aggies. Long kick by Bernal. Contact on the header. Ball back up to midfield. Nice tackle there by Ramirez. SAGU gets it back though quickly. Rio able to play some good defense there. Nieto kicks it up back towards midfield. Ritchie leaves it for Ramirez. Ramirez tries to send it back inside. That was a handball. No call on that. Aggies do get it back though. Watson Reed sends it in on the high side. Gamboa trying to bring it down and control it. Ball sent out of bounds. Here's the centering kick. Header sends it out of the box, then kicked back out towards midfield. Tackle from behind is going to give it back to the Aggies with a free kick from 40 yards out. Carolison will take it. Long boot. Ramirez tries to head it towards the goal. But an ineffective one, easily picked up by the Lion goalie. 6:50 left to play in this one. Long boot. They'll tap it back to Sappenfield. It's a kickoff to send it back to midfield to Ritchie. And loses possession of it. Vecchi on the defense. Sub coming in for the Aggies. So Munoz back into the game for the Aggies. Carolison trying to look for a call. That hasn't worked for him all day long, but he just keeps flopping onto the ground there. He's going to have to give that up and just play the game. And SAGU with the ball now on the high side. Carolison steps in front of that one and sends it back across midfield. SAGU, though, with possession still. Carolison able to steal it back. And a foul call there from 45 yards out. Free kick for the Aggies. Quick restart. Gamboa with it now. Into the outer edge of the box. Sends it back out front. Carolison. And that one way high. Would have been good for 3 in football, but not worth anything in soccer. Under 5 to play. Aggies still clinging to a 1-0 lead. Nieto with the header. Back into the circle. Munoz taps it away momentarily. Lions have possession though. Nieto back into the offensive end. Ramirez giving a chase. Oh, fouled hard from behind. And that's going to draw a card as well. So yellow card. That was a very hard shot from behind. As Ramirez had some open grass in front of him. It'll be a free kick for the Aggies from 25 yards out. An opportunity to extend this lead to 2 goals. Ramirez and Carolison there at the ball. Over the top to the corner, and it's in for the goal! Aggies! His second goal of the game. Chelson Carolison sneaks that one into the corner on the far post. And with 4:05 to play, that might be the nail in the coffin as the Aggies go up 2-0. Ball restarted. SAGU with it and knocked away by Terry, or actually Vecchi on that one. Ball back to midfield. SAGU with it. Up ahead. Now just outside the box. They'll send it up top. Sends it in high. The header to clear it out. Murillo defending in the corner, as well as Munoz. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Lions. Under 3 to play. SAGU with possession. There's a shot to the far post, and that one is wide, but not by too many feet there. Maybe 3 or 4 feet. 2:20 left to play. They'll stop the clock as the Aggies bring in a substitute. Gamboa up ahead to Ramirez. That's going to be an offsides call. Now back the other way. Defense there to knock that one out. Murillo defending, knocks it out of bounds. Throw in for the Lions. 1.5 minutes left to play. Shot in there, Sappenfield there for save number 3. Arnall sends that one back across midfield. Under 1 minute to play. Carolison with it now. Can't get a solid foot on that one. The defense for the Lions able to clear it back out. Murillo unable to control it. Now the Lions with, oh, Murillo with a nice takeaway there. Under 30 seconds left. They'll send the long crossing shot in. Trying to chase it down and can't do it as it goes out the end line. Goal kick for the Aggies. Under 20 seconds left to play. So in their inaugural season, during the regular season, the Aggies, as the final seconds tick off, and that is the ball game. The Panhandle State Aggies defeat the Southwest Assemblies of God 2-0. That improves their overall record to 9-5-2. They are 4-4-1 in the Sooner Athletic Conference and will head to the postseason tournament. The home confines of Carl Wooten Field and Anchor D Stadium here have been kind to the Aggies as they finish their inaugural homestand 6-1-1 on the home field. Very impressive. So we'll wish the Aggies the best as they head to tournament play. That is it here from No Man's Land in Goodwell, Oklahoma. Good day.